What's going on, everyone? Badger here. Should have like and sub, and let's get into this. If you haven't been paying attention to the X or the Twitter, if you're just paying attention to this stuff, there's something going on right now called Goonergate, which is the dumbest shit ever. It's essentially a little civil war of we just got finished fighting. I mean, I'd argue we're still fighting it. We'll continue to fight it, but at least in its first incarnation, we just got fighting a war for freedom of integrity in the arts. DEI kills art and creativity. Remember? That wasn't the fact that Black people or gay people or even trans people were in games. It was that they were forced. It was the tactics used. And those tactics used, not necessarily the subjects, are what kills gaming. Now, that being said, are those subjects apt to be put in everything? No. And can it mess up the balance? Absolutely. But when done right, even in places that might be a little contentious, we, by and large, are fine with it. And that's what brings us to this whole Kingdom Come debacle. A lot of people being upset, never even played the first goddamn game. Before we get into the actual game director and his confirmations, I'd actually like to read this from friend of the channel, Kayada, who said, he posted this last night. Again, this Kingdom Come to Deliverance stuff is showing a lot of people have lost the plot of what we're talking about and fighting against. You must be absolutely retarded to think the whole point of us calling out these companies is because we hate certain demographics. They were called out because we hated how these companies were using those demographics to seem more virtuous and talk down and insult the audience and destroy the franchises meaning we love. Gay people, Black women in particular, you were used as a cudgel and absolutely got all of your messages and progress regressed. Gay people, the gay community had their actual gay rights of like just acceptance and all the other things regressed by at least 2 decades by all of this dumb shit. Minimum 2 decades. So if this game is still authentic to what it is, which is a medieval Bohemia, and they're not trying to interject real world modern audience BS like in Dragon Age the Veilguard, then I don't see the problem. If you do see the problem, then your stance in this battle of creativity and good games isn't the same as me and most people's for real. And I follow along with that. No religious or moral thing is leading me to say, hey, don't put this in, don't put that in. It is strictly the tactic used, the method, and the intention behind it. So this all brings us to Kingdom Come, where we keep hearing it's going to be banned in Saudi Arabia for unskippable either degeneracy or homosexual scenes, depending on the AI used to translate it. We had Daniel Vavra come out here and say this the other day, saying that basically I was not held at gunpoint. Everything here is because I want it to be, and it all makes sense, and blah, 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 blah. That has not stopped the literal Rosary Warriors from going after him and accusing him of all the things. And so now he is finally, during the weekend, he had this thread come out explaining. So he says, it is time to address wild claims some people spread that are apparently based just on one screenshot and a poorly translated tweet. And of course, this will have spoilers for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So, 1, there are nada unskippable cutscenes in the game. Anybody who claims otherwise has never played them. 2, we are not, nor were we ever, banned in any country. That's the Saudi Arabia argument, at least not that they know of. So if they were banned in Saudi Arabia, they have not been informed of that, and Steam has not informed them of that. Okay, 3, as much as I don't like forced diversity, which was what the battle was, forced diversity in checkboxes. When Thomas Mahler came out and said, if I want a gay person in the game or a Black person or a gay Black person, it's because I want that in there, because it fits the narrative, not because someone told me to. That was the issue we were all pointing out. And then it goes into free market capitalism. If you want to make a gay Black man as your protagonist, good luck selling that to the general public. 3 out of 10, as much as I don't like forced diversity, nobody was forcing us to do anything, and we are not forcing anyone to do certain things. 4, gay characters were already in Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. Correct. And even though I played most of that game and I really had to struggle to remember where they were the very endish part of the first game. And I think possibly they showed up in the DLC, of which I only got partway through the first one just because there's too much stuff to play. But that being said, the issue here, and Hypnotic sort of tried to get the question out of him, is that Henry, the option for Henry, the main character, to have gay romances was not in the first one. So why was that choice made? But we'll get to that later. 5 out of 10, Kingdom Come Deliverance is an RPG. You are responsible for your decisions. If you want Henry to try a same-sex adventure, feel free. If you don't want to, you don't have to. All affairs are I married the blacksmith's daughter, and I had a lot of sex with the bathing winches because I was a sinner. The characters are perfectly aware that it was a forbidden sin, so it will be treated with in-game repercussions. 6 out of 10. The game takes place in one of the richest cities in Europe, which was besieged by a massive foreign army. That's the reason why the life is such a city in more is diverse than the life in villages than were featured in the first game. And we'll get to this because this has changed from his opinion in 2015. That was 10 years ago. Obviously, he's a little more educated, maybe, so that's fine. Or he capitulated, depending on what you think. Musa, talking about the black character, came to Bohemia with an invading army as a member of the royal court of King Sigismund, who he met thanks to his engagement at the court of Sultan Bayezid. He's an educated, noble, and Renaissance man from the Kingdom of Mali. 8 out of 10. At the same time, Musa is a very unusual figure for the local Bohemian folk, and many of the situations around him in the game stem from this. So his presence makes sense and creates a lot of interesting situations. The way he talks and behaves, he has a reason. So it's not forced. And then, of course, finishing off, he says, everything displayed corresponds to the morals and social norms of 1403 Bohemia and is only there to make an interesting story and not at all to appeal to a modern audience. And 10 out of 10, we don't want Kingdom Come Deliverance to be used as clickbait by people who didn't even play it. Yeah, some of them sadly turned into exactly the same narrative they pretend to be fighting against. Correct. And to you, I'll name your names. Jeremy from the Quartering, Razor Fist, John F. Trent, John Della Rose, Dred Roberts, Melanie Mack. You motherfuckers need to calm down. You need to calm down. You really do. Go read your Bibles. You honestly shouldn't even be playing some of the games and watching some of the content that is a good Christian. You should, because it's just, yeah. Think about that. This goes back to the 2015 statement where Daniel was attacking people, not attacking, but like quite vividly defending himself or viscerally defending himself. There were no black people in medieval Bohemia, period. And obviously, Musa and other things he said has changed that. And then, yeah, we did have that's right here saying that, yeah, there were no black people. So clearly he's changed his stance, brought me more information. And we hear Grum's basically confirming the same things that, yes, Henry can romance other characters in the game. Henry can romance another male. However, it is not forced upon the player. And so all it is the option. Similar to how romance did BioWare checks, you must A, initiate the dialogue, B, pass around 5 dialogue romance checks without missing one in order to unlock the romance partner. You have to go out of your way to do this and do it over the course of half the game. So yes, very similar to how they used to be done. And if you miss one or say a wrong thing, the dialogue options for the male romance are treated very secretive, very taboo, and in line with the historical times, which is what we want. The romance scene is extremely brief, entirely skippable. 5 seconds of kissing and a total of 5 seconds of them on the bed naked. No one is hanging dong, and they are just on top of each other kissing. The other cut scenes with Henry and the woman are more vulgar. Good. And he says, for fun, I asked if the women in the game were as well endowed as the first game. The reply was, oh, the titties be wild in, lots of titties. All cutscenes are skippable. Plus, story, side mission, romance scenes, all can be skipped. There are no other examples of LGBTQ in the game, minus the one character from the first game, but his sexuality isn't even mentioned. Main quest for sure, not all the side quests have been played. Many people talking about Istvan and Eric from the first game being gay. In this one, it's not even mentioned in the main story. While it's confirmed in the first game that Istvan is gay, in the first game, to my knowledge, they don't even reference it in that one. And yeah, finishing off here with the character of Musa, there is a black character. There be a black character. He's a medic. He's very well thought of from the writing perspective. He's under the command of an enemy commander, and while said commander is kind to him, everyone around him treats him like shit. He's a very likable character. It goes pretty hardcore detail how he ended up there. The towns are not multicultural and fit the historical times. The black character is for sure a fish out of water for a cultural, from a cultural standpoint. That is all I want. That is all I want. If you have a gay character in 1403, make it make sense. Have it reflect the social and religious standards of the time. And dear God, let it be relevant to the story. And again, focusing in on what Kayada said, if you have been watching my videos for the past year and you have seen me rally against DEI and the forced inclusion, that's not because I don't like black people or gay people or trans people. They all fucking exist and I like them just fine, even though trans is a mental illness and you should probably seek help first before seeking surgical operations, and there's no such thing as trans kids. But those first two, gay and black, I don't care. I'm fine. I just don't want it forced by decree of checkmark from nefarious Whiskey Echo Foxtrot Illuminati because they all want to control our society. Anyway, yeah, that's what that is. You let me know what you think it is. Either way, make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And yeah, I, for one, will be playing Kingdom Come 2. I'll let you know how it is. Either way.
Well, bye.